All right. So welcome everyone. मेरे साथ हैं Satish sir from JM Financials, and of course we are talking about a very trending topic, which is budget. It's on everybody's mind, and everybody is wondering what's going to happen, what are going to be the announcements, and most importantly, what is going to impact on investments. But before we get to that, let me ask sir. We are currently sitting near all-time highs for the market, and we have just had a great set of elections where the markets were also happy, and now the budget is yet another event that is just coming up. So, talking about a broader market, what's your outlook coming up to be right now?
So, regarding the broader market, I think in terms of valuations, we're almost there. There are pockets of value which are still there. If you look at some of the PSU stocks and some of the, banking sector, BFSI space, I think all of these sectors are still offering some value relative to their historical trends. And also in terms of overall growth, the cycle of growth is not yet peaked, in the sense that India has a long roadway of growth, and we have to probably, there will be corrections from time to time. We have to take it in our stride.
Absolutely, sir. And sir, you talked about pockets of growth being still available for the investors. So, given the current theme, the budget, there a lot of let me not call it speculations, but a lot of themes are running around which people are expecting might benefit from the upcoming budget. It may be power. Some people are talking about renewables, infrastructure, which have been the themes that investors have been very curious about. What are these pockets that, according to you, are likely to benefit from the upcoming budget, sir?
So, in terms of the overall performance of the market relative to these pockets that we were talking of, I think the markets have taken cognizance of this renewable energy theme, railway theme, defense theme, and it has actually done remarkably well. Now actually comes the tough part for execution, because the order books are at record levels. If you look at the order books are phenomenal, but we need to execute, and execution is the devil lies in the detail, as they say. So the execution is going to be the challenge from here on, and that could actually lead to corrections in the stock prices, individual or as a group, because if the execution does not merit the valuations, then the cool off can be quite dramatic.
Right, sir. So, talking about government's focus, do you expect any of these sectors to benefit from the upcoming budget?
So I think it should be more of the same. What the government has done is that they have curtailed revenue expenditure and kept on increasing the capital expenditure. The market expects some kind of cool off in that capex, and actually a shift to revenue expenditure because of what has happened in the elections. But I think overall the government has enough leeway to continue its capex paradigm, and also probably satisfy the middle class who have been squeezed due to inflation and higher taxation.
Right, sir. Sir, one of the increased concerns that people have during these times is the volatility that surrounds these events. So, the portfolios often see a whiplash effect, wherein sometimes there's a huge, on a single day itself, budget often brings up huge movements in portfolios and stock specific movements as well. So, any advice for our viewers out there? What should be done in such scenarios?
I think if they are investing through mutual funds, there's nothing to worry, because you can always rupee average the next day or during the market itself. But for individuals who hold independent stocks, I think it is best to be a little light before the budget and then take a measured view after the budget. So that's the way we deal with it. And the second thing is that over a period of time, the budget is nothing but a balancing of the book in for the government, and it sets a course, the agenda for growth in the next few years. So agenda for growth can be PLI, can be subsidies, can be tax differentials, things of that sort. So India wants to increase manufacturing. So PLI was one of the concepts that were brought on. India wants to increase defense. So therefore, people were looking at defense stocks because the PLI and incentive structure is there. I think that is the cue that people, investors want to wait for and pick up during the budget, because it's an allocation of revenues that you do during the budget to incentivize future growth.
Right, sir. Sir, what are some of the key risks that investors should be aware of around these events and that they should take care of while being invested in the markets?
I think the key issue here is that not to kind of over emphasize the budget itself, because budget is one event over a 365-day year, and the budget itself will cause volatility because the expectations are so high, and the disappointments therefore are higher when they don't pan out. But structurally, we all know that every budget, there is a boost towards consumption, a boost towards home building and asset building for the retail, and a boost towards savings. So we just need to keep our eyes open and see where the government is moving or is likely to move, and steer the ship accordingly based on that.
Right, sir. Sir, for those who are, so a lot of our viewers out there would be first time investors as well, who are experiencing their first or second budget ever. So, any advice for them, what to expect, what not to expect, what will happen, what will not happen?
So I think, see, the government is in a fantastic fiscal health. Corporates are in very good shape, and it is only the individuals who are facing a little bit of a brunt due to higher inflation and consequently lower savings as a result of that. So, as to whether the government actually helps the middle class in some way, either by reducing income taxes or reducing GST, remains to be seen. It may do neither, in which case the expectations are in vain. But if it were to do something, that would be a fillip to the economy. India has actually been very conservative. The central bank has been very conservative. It's been cautioning the banks not to lend excessively to the retail sector. So, all of these things have been done with a reason to ensure that no future mishaps or blow ups happen. With such responsibility, I think investors don't have to be very, very worried about the budget day.
Right, absolutely, sir. So, moving beyond the budget as well, what are some of the key themes that you see emerging in India for where there might be some pockets of interest for investors out there?
I think the themes are the same that we saw last year, though the stocks have run up. So, but the themes remain the same. The themes are manufacturing, infrastructure, roads, ports, airports, all of this, and enablers to improve the comfort of people. So, I mean, if we do not have proper roads, we don't have proper sanitation, sewage, or water, I think no matter what the per capita GDP says, or we feel richer, but the basic thing is our quality of life does not improve. So, therefore, I think the basic aspect that we need to worry about is the quality of life, as also the balanced measure of employment and economic development. We need to, I think the green energy trend is itself a wonderful aspect that people are worried about quality of life. There is no point in breathing carbon dioxide and being rich. So you need to balance these two, and that's, I think, what is happening globally and in India also.
Absolutely, absolutely, sir. Well, this was fantastic, but before we close, if I can have one final piece of concluding advice from you for our listeners out there, that would be awesome, sir.
I think India is at the cusp of a multi-year growth. There are many aspects which are favoring this growth. Geopolitical issues are in our favor. Demographics are in our favor, and the state of the economy is also in our favor. Having a number of combinations working for us is unusual because India has never had this had it so well so far, and therefore I think we should be prepared for investing long term rather than medium term or short term because of a few panic days.
Absolutely. Once again, this was amazing, sir. Thank you so much for your insights. I hope you'll allow us to interview again and learn more from you, sir.
Definitely. My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you, viewers, and thank you, Karthik, for organizing this.
Please note that mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.